So we covered how to remember names straight away. So what's other thing when you meet people and you want to make sure that your face is deeply implanted in their brains, right? They will not forget you. I believe that it's about finding the common ground, relating
Right.
to the other person. Now, how would you do that? How do you relate to people? How do you find the common ground right from the get-go when you meet somebody? And sometimes you meet people and you feel like there is no commonality between you. You can't connect. How do you find that one thing that connects?
You wanna take this one?
Well, I mean, there's genre approach, right?
exactly.
So travel, health,
Yeah.
culture,
Mhm.
education,
Sure.
favorite
That-
movie, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
that and there's three subjects. Keith Rossi talks about this. There's three subjects everyone cares about: their health, their family, and their career.
Yes.
So that's why everyone always goes to career. What do you do? Oh, here's what I do. Because that's an easy one. But ask them about their family.
but
How
it
many
doesn't
brothers
work,
and
by the
sisters?
way, right? Because
Well,
it's very mechanical.
It's done. It's
Yeah.
been so done. But the other thing is, it's interesting that we were talking in the cab ride here about we're gonna have some helicopters, guys. Sorry about that. We were talking in the cab ride here about we're all on a kind of a low information diet when it comes to world news and stuff like that. But when it comes to other people's cultures and their history, I'm on a very high information diet. And I'll never forget when I was starting out with SuperLearning, I was still coaching with my mentor Anna, and I was just reading a ton to practice. I was reading all about these different countries on Wikipedia and stuff like that, just every day, reading. And I met this woman sitting, like right after I left the session with Anna, and we're sitting outside on the bench, and she's smoking, and I'm just kind of recovering from the total overwhelm. And I go, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Uruguay. Oh, that's really interesting. I just read this whole thing about Uruguay wanting to dissolve their military. That's crazy. Like, as far as I know, the only country to successfully do that is Costa Rica and even Switzerland. And instantly her face lights up. She's like,
Yeah.
why do you know that? That's only in Uruguayan newspapers. Like, this is a hot debate. And I was like, no, I read it on Wikipedia. And so the answer to the question is be knowledgeable about things beyond your own scope. Like when I talk to Anthony, I can talk to him about music. I can talk to him about literature. I can talk to him about so many different subjects. Go outside your own interests and you have such a better chance of connecting with somebody.
But you know what? Now, some of you are probably thinking, all right, that's a great advice, but it's a long-term advice.
Sure.
I want to be sociable tomorrow, not in 1 year. Okay,
Right.
I will learn all of those things about other cultures, about the world, but I can't do it just like this.
Right.
So I'm going to give you a quick trick that you can do, especially if you live in a place with many different nationalities.
Mm-hmm.
It's really worth learning basics of many different languages.
Yeah,
And when I say
absolutely.
basics, I mean hello, how are you, thank you, goodbye. It's very, very simple. You can do it in a weekend, literally. You can literally
Right.
do it in a few hours if you follow their stuff and you learn how to memorize quickly. So let's say you meet somebody from Italy. You talk to them, you say, by the way, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Italy. They say, oh, parlo italiano, piacere di conoscerti, mi chiamo Jimmy. That's it, you don't need to know more. You meet somebody, I have many situations. I meet somebody, let's say from Japan. I just say, konnichiwa. So, oh, konnichiwa. So, how do you know it? I'm like, oh, I just went to Japan, and we start talking.
We just
And
had that today. We both spoke Chinese with some
Right.
Chinese tourists that we met.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And it happens
Exactly.
all the time. It happens pretty much every single day, right? Whenever I meet people, I ask them, where are you from? And even if there is no other common characteristics between two of us, the moment I say something in their language, even if
Sure.
it says something very simple, and I may mispronounce it, it doesn't matter. They know that I show the respect for their culture, for their language, because at least I'm trying to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate when I travel and I see people, for example, in Thailand, who can't be bothered to learn Sawadee Kap, hello.
Kap.
But they walk into a situation and they expect that everybody
Right.
has to speak English. And you can see the difference in customer service that people receive.
Sure.
If you make an effort to use at least a little bit of a foreign language, you get so much more out of the interaction. People
I
are
learned
open.
that the hard way when I was living in France because everyone knows they don't want to. The French hate to speak English. It's a pride thing for
Yeah.
them. But amazingly, if you try and start in French and you struggle, then it becomes like a matter of respect. But also it becomes, they realize like the best thing to do right now is speak English because your French is awful. And so I would always just start in French with them, and someone else who would start in English would get this rude typical Parisian behavior, and months I would just. That's how I did it. So.
So that's a quick trick you can use.
Yeah.